Look down at the ground. You might see one, maybe two tiny ants scurrying around. They seem harmless, right? You could crush them with your thumb without a second thought. But what if I told you that for every single human being on Earth, there are 2.5 million ants? That's right. If you were suddenly forced to fight your share of the ant population, you would be standing alone against a swarm of 2.5 million soldiers. And they aren't just garden variety pests. We are talking about nature's most perfect war machines. So what happens if the chemical signal changes tomorrow? What happens if every ant on Earth suddenly decides that humanity is the enemy? Would we grab our flamethrowers and win? Or would the human race be wiped out before the sun even sets? Welcome to What If Videos, and today we are declaring war on the insect kingdom. To understand how this war plays out, we first need to look at the armies. In the red corner, we have humanity. 8 billion people, advanced technology, nuclear weapons, and air superiority. In the blue corner, the ants. There are estimated to be 20 quadrillion of them on the planet. If you put all the humans on one side of a giant scale and all the ants on the other, the scale would tip toward the ants. They actually outweigh us in total biomass. But the war doesn't start on a battlefield. It starts in your house. Day 1, the silent infiltration. It begins at 3 a.m. You are asleep. But inside your walls, under your floorboards, and in your garden, the pheromone signal has been released. It's a chemical command for total war. You wouldn't hear them coming. Ants can coordinate movement in absolute silence. Before you even wake up, millions of tiny mandibles are chewing through the electrical insulation in your walls. This is the first twist. They don't attack you first. They attack our infrastructure. Specific species like the tawny crazy ant are already known to be attracted to electrical currents. In this scenario, they swarm power grids, server farms, and substations. By sunrise, the internet is down, the power grid fails, communication is cut. You wake up to a blackout. You check your phone, no signal. You walk to the kitchen, and that's when you see it. The floor is moving, a carpet of black and red covering every inch of tile. The first casualties aren't soldiers. They're the elderly, the sick, and infants. Anyone unable to run is overwhelmed within minutes. You see, army ants can strip a cow to the bone in weeks, but if 20 quadrillion ants coordinate, they could strip a human to the bone in under an hour. Day 3, the counterattack. Humanity is confused, but we are fighting back. Governments try to mobilize, but tanks and jets are useless here. You can't airstrike an enemy that lives under the soil in your own backyard. People start using fire, flamethrowers, aerosol cans, gasoline. And sure, fire works. You kill 1 million ants in your driveway. You feel like you won. But here's the terrifying truth. You killed the scouts. You didn't kill the queen. Ant colonies are underground fortresses. They can extend meters deep into the earth. While humans are burning the surface, the queens are deep underground, pumping out millions of new eggs to replace the soldiers you just killed. They're playing the long game. And here comes the nightmare scenario that nobody prepared for, the food supply. Ants don't just eat meat, they're the ultimate scavengers. While humans are busy fighting the swarms in the cities, the leafcutter ants and harvester ants are destroying the world's agriculture. Within 1 week, every crop field in the Midwest, every rice paddy in Asia, and every wheat field in Europe is stripped bare. Silos of grain, infested. Warehouses of sugar, gone. We aren't just fighting for space anymore. We are fighting against immediate starvation. Month 1, the collapse. Society has crumbled. The cities are death traps. Skyscrapers have become vertical anthills. The only humans left alive have fled to the coldest places on Earth. Why? Because ants are cold-blooded. They slow down in the freezing temperatures. So the remnants of humanity are huddled in bunkers in Siberia, Antarctica, and northern Canada. We're freezing, starving, and terrified. Meanwhile, the warmer parts of the world, the Amazon, Africa, Southeast Asia, are completely devoid of human life. The insects have reclaimed the planet. But could we survive? Maybe.
We have technology. We could live on boats in the middle of the ocean, as ants can't swim long distances. We could seal ourselves in biodomes. But think about the psychological horror. You could never step on grass again. You could never sleep with a window open. Every time you feel a tickle on your arm, you panic. The war would end not with a bang, but with a whimper. Humans would become an endangered species, hiding in the ice, while the ants continued to rule the Earth just as they have for 100 million years. The scary reality is, they don't need to wage war on us to win. They just need to wait for us to mess up. So, the next time you see a tiny ant on your sidewalk, maybe don't step on it. You don't want to start a war you can't finish. What do you think? Could you survive the ant apocalypse? Let me know your survival strategy in the comments below. If you want to see more scenarios where nature fights back, hit that like button and subscribe to What If videos. See you in the next one.